Okay, let's see how well this works for us. A little bit of a different setup for me just because I've got things moved and I'm crossing my fingers that my video doesn't cut out in the middle of this. So hello and welcome to the 146th episode of the Bottom Knitting Podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. Today is a little bit of a later setup time just because I assumed I could do something in a time that I was not able to do it, which delayed me recording the video. Yeah, but it turned out okay. We'll talk about it later. So today I have no finished objects. I've got 2 works in progress. I've got no new cast on, so I've only been pretty much staying committed to 2 projects. And then I have some stash enhancement and stash enhancements, and then let's just talk about what's going on with my day. So I guess we'll start with the not stash enhancements. Oh, I'm out of practice. It's only been 2 weeks and I feel like I haven't done a thing. Okay, so the socks that I have today are my works in progress are my Misselthwaite socks by Lisa K. Ross. Let me pull those out so you can get to see. Nope, got that one. Eep, don't fall. Sorry. Yeah, so first sock is finished. There it is. So last time you had seen, I think I had just finished putting in the heel. So the heel is in right there at the back. Continue down the foot, did the pattern on the foot, left the back plain because seriously, who wants to walk over, like, you wouldn't want to walk over textured stitches. But it turned out really nice. It took me a bit longer than I thought to get there, and that's mostly because I was working on my other project. So, but here it is, and here is where I am on the second foot. I'm currently on the leg. I'm more than halfway through. I should get that done. I'm assuming within the next few days if I stay as committed as I am. I think I can finish it by the weekend. I probably could. If I really put my mind to it, I'm pretty certain I can get it finished maybe by Saturday or so. So, there it is. And the yarn that I'm using from it is from FEISTY Fibres in her Beyond Socks base. And the colorway is called Spelling Bees. I love it. It looks so nice. So that was one work in progress. My other work in progress, which is what delayed me on working on my socks, is my Rocket Tee by TANIS LAVALLEE. Hold on. I am loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Like, so much. Hold on. Shirt's turned the right way. Make sure you're not tagged in there. I didn't work on it at all today. I wanted to, but it's not conducive for sitting down and taking it around with me as much. Here it is. This is not necessarily the best view of it unless I line it up. Where is it? Hold on a second. Ah, that's the best way to do it. Bear with me. Yeah. So here it is. So far. I have joined in the round and I'm working on the body, going through and doing it. The color is so pretty. It is so, so pretty. Oh, look at that. I love it so much. The yarn that I'm doing for this one is from the Knitting Loft in their Dust base and their Boots base in the colorway Paris Blue. I've got the same color for it both. But you could so see the difference. It's like just a slightly lighter in the mohair. Oh, my nail. Oh, sorry. Never mind that. So I'm loving the way that it's coming out. The texture is coming out quite nice. And I'm basically doing everything according to pattern for my size. So I'm happy about that. I'm actually using my cords there. The only problem is that when I'm using the mohair and it kind of gets wrapped around it sometimes and I don't realize it. And then I have to spend my time like, let me just make sure that gets undone. That's the only thing. It's just because it's not impossible to take out. But it's just one of those things where it's a little bit inconvenient. But it's going to be easier when I need to switch back to my needles, so I don't want to take them off. But there it is. I am loving it. It's supposed to be to 15 inches, and I thought I was doing well when I measured it. But then as I'm working on it, I'm there like, oh, yay, you've only made it to 4 inches. I'm there like, really? It feels like I should be further than that. But I really like it. I really, really do. So, oh, I didn't show where I was last time. So, last time you had seen, there's a sleeve. I was right here. It was before I had to separate for the sleeves, and now I've made it all the way down to here. I originally had one of my other stitch markers on it, However, I realized where I was on the mohair and it was heavy and I didn't want to drag the stitch down. So I just switched it to one of these ones. Not as much fun, but functional. That's what's most important. So let's put that away. So literally that is all that I worked on this week. I will admit I did have an urge to work on my which one is it? Shawlography by Stephen West. I felt that this morning. And I still didn't do it. But, you know, it's still in the back of my mind. I'm still thinking about it. Eventually I'll get back to it. So that is actually it for my works in progress. Not as much going on in that sense because I'm pretty much focusing on just the two projects. So this week I also got my stash enhancements, which I'm so happy about. So one of them I had actually never ordered from before. Okay, you stay there and you stay there. So this one is from Gauge Dye Works. It's a self-striping yarn. There it is. And this one is called Our Solar System. Specifically, my eyesight's bad, don't mind me. One-way trip. So basically, because she has two of them that are both called Our Solar System. One of them, it's called Round Trip, and that's for a pair, if you want to make like a pair of matching socks. This one is a one-way trip. So the stripes only go in one direction. It's really, really cool the way that it works out. And I don't have the card. I don't know where I put it. But so I got this and it was supposed to come next week. Why? I have no idea. Because Canada Post ended up surprising me by saying, oh, it's the 14th. There's a snowstorm going on in Manitoba. It's going to delay your yarn. I'm like, I just ordered this. Like, it just shipped like 2 days ago from BC. If it's in Manitoba already on the 14th, how much of a delay is it really going to be? Like, why do I have to wait till the end of the month? And then it ended up coming like a week earlier than expected. Not really going to complain. So I got this. My thought for it, since it's a one-way skein, and I was not planning on doing like a shawl or anything, but I was thinking maybe I could do a Musselburgh. So that's probably what this is going to turn into, is a Musselburgh hat. But it's not going to be done quite yet, but I do want to get started on it soon. I think it would look really, really cool. So that's the plan for this one. My next one that I got was an order from RITZ Fiber. So this is April Flowers. Ooh, that looks nice. Look at the colors on that. It's like a pink, purple. There's a little bit of like a yellowish type of color in there. Yeah, so this one's called April Showers on her platinum sock base, right, for a pair of socks. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I keep thinking something lacy with this would look pretty nice. I don't know. It's making me think of socks I would get as a kid to go to church. So it'd be there like lacy with a picot edging or something like that. I'm probably still going to skip out on the picot edging because I don't like picot. And then here's a mini skein that can go with it. Actually, that would be really nice. Kind of makes me think of flowers. Like this would be like the stem of the flowers, and then this would be like that. Maybe I should see if I can find a lacy pattern with flowers or something of the sort and put the two of them together. I think that would look really nice, which would also go well with the stitch markers that I got, which are, can you see them? Right there and right there. Yeah. I got these stitch markers from her too. They were in support of the people in Ukraine that she came up with these ones. I really like them. I think they're pretty. Can't wait to use them. So that is everything for stash enhancement. It's really not that much for the past 2 weeks because I didn't go to the knitting loft or anything like that after my last haul, and I got my book and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty much it. However, next weekend is local yarn shop day. Actually, next Saturday is local yarn shop day. So I may just place in an online order and go and pick it up on Sunday. I don't know. We'll see how well it works, because it would be great if I could just get the yarn for my Lawrenson sweater, which is the next sweater that I want to do. I still have the one yarn. I still haven't done a gauge swatch, because that was the whole reason for buying this, was to do a gauge swatch. And you see, it's still in this format, so that has not happened. So this is definitely still going to be the color that I'm doing for my Lawrenson sweater, and I'm looking forward to it. I really do need to look to it, see what needle size and all that kind of stuff I need to do to get it ready. But that's what I'm going to do. And honestly, I think that is everything knitting related. The only other thing is there's the Andrea, what's it called again? Nope, not that one. The Andrea cardigan from La Bien Aimé's worsted book. I still haven't decided, but I think I'm gonna go with the light pink one. I'll try to remember to put in a picture of the color because I had it. It's supposed to go with the navy blue dress, so I think I've determined I'm gonna do the light pink. I don't know if I'm gonna order it at the same time because that's like it's a sweater slash. It's a lot of yarn for one time, so I may end up waiting for after maybe when I get started on the Lawrenson or get close to that, then I'll order the yarn for the Andrea cardigan. There we go. There's an idea. I'll just make sure, hopefully I'll remember it. So that's everything for regarding knitting and stash and all of that kind of stuff. So let's see what else has happened in the past couple of weeks. So for last week, I said the week before that I probably wasn't going to do one because I was going to be hanging out with my friend for the weekend. That didn't end up happening. Because she had gotten sick the week before, she had to switch her weekends. So she ended up working last weekend. So I said, oh, okay then. I guess I'm just going to stay at home for the weekend. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll be able to record. And then I got a call from from one of my friends from church asking, they're asking for us to sing at a concert. Would you like to go? Sure, no problem. So my plan was meet them at the venue. That was the plan. And then I got scolded on what was it? On Saturday because my dad was like, I've been trying to call you and you're not answering me. Here's the thing. I was downstairs, I think it was on Friday night, and I was talking with my mother. Either I was downstairs or I was upstairs in my mom's room. I can't remember. But I was talking to my mother, but I left my phone in my room. And so I completely missed his call. Didn't even realize he called me. And then I think he called on our house phone, which he like never does. And he's there like, I've been trying to call you. You're not answering. I'm like, I wasn't by my phone. I'm sorry. What's up? So he just wanted to find out whether or not I was going to be going to the concert. Told him, yes, I'm going. Okay, great. So the next day everybody was at their house because church was not happening that Sabbath because there are people who were sick. So they just said, you know what? We're just going to basically clean the church from top to bottom to make sure everybody is okay. We're not going to have services this week. Next week we'll be open. Okay, fine. So everybody was watching church service from home. And then I get a call in the middle of the day from my dad. And he's like, so what are your plans for this weekend? I'm like, after the concert, go home and sleep. That was pretty much it. He's like, would you like to come on over? I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not? So I packed up my stuff. He came in, he swung by and picked me up. We went to the concert. We got to see some people we hadn't seen in a while. Did a performance, hung out for a bit. Oh, hold on. Before we even did that, we tried these chicken wings from this place that was absolutely awesome. Me and my brother absolutely loved them to the point I looked up recipes as to how to make them myself. And then afterwards we went to the concert, saw people that we haven't seen in a while. We didn't stay for the entire concert because it was long. Like I found out from my friend, it went till after 11 o'clock at night. I don't know how to tell you this. I ain't no spring chicken. I don't have energy to stay up until those times of night. By that point, I like to be in the place that I'm going to sleep. And at 11 o'clock in a church with a concert going on is not where I like to sleep. So we left earlier, went to my dad's house, hung out with my siblings for a bit. And what they did is they basically, we had like a small family dinner on the early dinner on the Sunday. So it was really good. I enjoyed myself. I basically just spent the time hanging out with my siblings and my dad and my stepmother. Grand old time. The bunny, no, bunny didn't even attack me. So that's progress. I gave my youngest brother his hat on Saturday because I made sure I put that in my bag because I was not going to let it, if I let it stay, it would have stayed even longer and I would have completely forgotten about it. So I made sure that it was done and I gave it to him. He put it on. He absolutely loved it. I will put a picture of him wearing it right now. And he likes it. So I was happy about that. Let's see, anything else happened? Yeah, and I got home. By the time I got home on Sunday, I got home at like after 9 o'clock. Was it after 9 or after 10? I can't remember. Either way, it was late. no way was I recording anything. Absolutely no way. So I said, not happening. I just took a while to put up the message saying I'm definitely not doing it. And then this weekend, church is going to be opening back up. So we had practice for praise and worship as per usual on Fridays. I went to my dad's house afterwards. My brother was actually late for the practice. The middle brother, he was late for the practice because he was playing drums for other people who were performing for their recital for university. So, but the funny thing is, so my dad and my stepmother, one was taping it, was recording it on the phone, the other was recording it on the iPad. So basically you get to hear it in surround sound. I thought it was great. So while we were watching it, what made it even funnier is despite the fact there's somebody else doing the main performance, my stepmother was just like, I'm focusing on my son. My brother's like, but it's not my concert. I don't care. I'm focusing on my son. That's what's important to me. I thought it was great. But at one point, my dad and my stepmother had gone up to bed, and me and my brother were up still. And I'm like sitting down there, and I started naming off the songs that he was playing. He's like, you know this? I'm like, yeah. And what it turned out is, I guess he didn't realize I really do like jazz, just not to the same degree that he and my dad do. My thing is I'm more about jazz vocalists. Like I really, really love like Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan, while they're more like on the instrumental side of it. But yeah, Sarah Vaughan was my first introduction to vocal jazz, and that was because of the song The Sweetest Sounds from the, which one? The Cinderella with Whitney Houston and Brandy. And it was Brandy and the Prince who sang The Sweetest Sounds. And I decided, I think I was listening to something and I heard it. I'm like, I've never heard this before outside of this movie. Loved it. Found out that it was I found out that it was, I was about to say Nora Jones. Wrong person. I found out it was Sarah Vaughan. And I think this is back in the time when Columbia House existed. I ordered her CD through Columbia House. I loved it. I'm pretty certain if I look, I still have it here somewhere. And that introduced me to a bunch of other songs and stuff like that I really, really liked. But the funny thing is, I stumped my brother with Girl from Ipanema. He doesn't know that song. And I'm there like, what? I'm convinced that he's probably heard it and just doesn't realize what the song is called. Because it seems like every jazz singer somehow or another manages to do the song Girl from Ipanema. And I swear every time I hear it, the person sounds like they're about to fall asleep. But it's a jazz standard as far as I know. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I'm trying to think if anything else happened. Editing, one more thing I forgot to put in. So on Saturday, while we're waiting for the concert to start, my sister looked at me using my iPad for knitting a pattern. Okay, so it's two things now. For me working on the pattern that I was knitting, which was probably the socks. She looked at it and says, oh, when I was starting to, close down my iPad, and she's all like, oh, you still have your Procreate on there, don't you? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm bored. I want to draw. Here's the Apple Pencil. Here's the iPad. Go ahead and knock yourself out. If you see what she drew for me, I'm going to put it in beside this. Now, tell me that's not amazing. I love it. My sister's skill, in my personal opinion, for artistry is really quite good. She's like 13 going on 14. Yeah, oh my gosh. I can't believe she's that old. Yeah, so she's like 13 going on 14, and she's like awesome. Absolutely awesome. And the other thing is, she saw my bag that I crocheted, and she wants to learn how to crochet herself now. So I've got to work on getting her, I sent her the links for the videos that I use for crochet, which were the ones by TL Yarn Crafts and the ones by Nitty Natty. Those were the ones that I had used. And then afterwards, I still have to get her I'm going to get her the yarn and the needles to do something basic. So just like one ball of yarn. I think she said purple was her favorite color. Yeah, so I'll get her like a ball of like purple yarn plus a crochet hook that goes according to the band size. So my sister would like to learn how to craft. I'm loving that. All right. Well, no, then there's today. So let's go on to Sunday. So got home from church. I knitted for a bit. And I watched Batman last night. The Batman. Took me a long time to actually get around to it. It was better than I thought it was going to be. Robert Pattinson did a pretty good job. I liked it. I did like Zoe Kravitz in it. I thought she was good. Gotta love the fact that seeing he was a lieutenant in the movie. Yeah, he wasn't the commissioner. Lieutenant Gordon in the movie. I thought he was great. Mind you, in my mind, I'm still thinking of him from from Marvel's What If on Disney Channel. So is they're like, ooh, you're going over both franchises. Okay, get your money, dude. So he was good as Lieutenant Gordon for that, and I enjoyed that. So I stayed up late, ended up falling asleep like almost as soon as it's done. It's 3 hours long. That feels too long for a superhero movie. I don't know. It just feels so long. But I did make it through and I finished it. And I enjoyed it. And then today there was no rush to really do anything. So this morning I got up. I did my Starbucks run. Only happens on Sundays when I'm home. And this time I made sure my knitting ended up in my bag so that I could knit while I was there. So I got my mocha. It's a salted caramel variation thing that somebody helped me come up with that I really liked. I got a sandwich, sat down there, knit for like an hour, and drank my drink. And I watched the last episode of Nitty Natty. Great. Got on the bus, went into a grocery store to grocery shop. I haven't done that in a while because the vast majority of the time I just ordered online and have them deliver it. But I decided I wanted to have a look, and also the grocery store, it's under new ownership. The No Frills is under new ownership, so I said, might as well go and see what they have. Number one, I didn't wait in line as long as I used to, but it was also like Sunday morning before 12 o'clock. Maybe that might be it. I don't know. But I went through, I specifically made sure that last night I went through what I wanted to make recipe-wise, and I got everything that I needed, and I compared it to what we already had at home, and there's only like one thing that I thought we had that we didn't have. So I decided I was going to try and make lemon pepper wings. It turned out okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got an air fryer yesterday, and I wanted one for quite some time, but apparently it also roasts. It dehydrates, and it does something else. Air fries. And I can't remember what the other thing that it does. So I'm like sitting there like, okay, this is great. I think I got it on a good price. It's one of the Ninja ones. But I didn't remember until I was rewatching parts of the guy doing the recipe. I'll put a link to it down below. I didn't realize till afterwards I forgot to dehydrate some of the stuff that I was supposed to. It's either dehydrated or leave it out to dry. I didn't pick up the ingredients till today, so I wasn't able to do that. So I tried to do it in the microwave, but it was still a bit moist. And I'm almost convinced I missed out on parts of what I was supposed to do. The chicken wings turned out okay, but I still want to tweak it a little bit. It's more accurate. So today I ended up making, the lemon pepper wings. I got the ingredients for that, plus also the ingredients for the hot honey buffalo wings. Yeah, I have all of the ingredients for that because those were the wings that I had with my brother last week. And they were really, really good. And it's pretty much hot sauce and honey that makes it good. The only thing that I was contemplating, and they're like, well, what hot sauce do you use? Because honey is already sweet. You don't want a hot sauce that's too sweet. And I do like the Frank's Hot. However, like that's like a basic hot sauce. The problem is I don't want it too sweet. So we'll see how well that works. I just didn't make that one this time. So that turned out okay. And then I did this garlic noodles recipe that I've had sitting on my iPad for quite some time. Finally tried it. Turned out pretty good. Never tried infusing butter before. It was more like infusing. I can't believe it's not butter, but still, it worked. I liked it. It just felt a little bit greasy, so I would probably put less of the margarine mix. But it turned out pretty good. I enjoyed my dinner, and I still have wings left over that I can eat for the rest of the week. So yeah, got that all done. I cleaned up after myself too, so my mother cannot complain about the kitchen when she gets home from work. I honestly, I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it for now. So thank you for spending your crafting time with me. Hope to see you again soon, and have a good day. Bye.